Hello and welcome back to Off The Crossbar Euro 2020 semi-final preview with myself, Regan Walsh, and as ever, my co-presenter, Brad. It's a little over 24 hours until the semi-finals get underway. How excited are you for these games now?
Definitely excited for one more than the other for obvious reasons. But we like them both equally, even if
Yes.
one of them holds actual stakes.
I mean, they both hold actual stakes.
One has more personal stakes.
That's more like personal stakes rather than actual. So Italy-Spain is the first semi-final taking place tomorrow at 8 o'clock, followed by England and Denmark on Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. Italy have been one of the teams of the tournament, 31 games unbeaten. They look absolutely cracking so far.
Yeah, they've been without doubt the team that has impressed the most.
Mm.
Maybe even surprised the most, because while they were seen as the dark horses, it turns out they're actually incredibly good. Maybe even better than we thought they were going to be.
And shouldn't have ever been considered as our dark horses. There, it should have been as the favourites. But I don't think many bookies ever had them as like one of the favourites. I think it was always Belgium, France, Germany, or one of that group, Group F. But yeah, Italy have taken many a surprise, but have been absolutely brilliant in this tournament so far, only conceding the 2 goals.
Yeah, you're right. And defense, the Italians have always been good with like their defensive side of things. Like, right now, it's Chiellini and Bonucci, and this in what might be their last tournament together. They're both in the aging category.
Yeah, but if you think about it, how long did Paolo Maldini and Alessandro Nesta play together?
Quite a while. Yeah, quite a while. But
and Cannavaro as well.
The sub-Italian defenders are built different, all right?
they just don't age. I mean, they numerically age, but they just don't age.
Maybe, but the thing with obviously the Italians does is they know the defensive solidarity, but what Mancini has installed is their attacking approach, which is something they're not used to.
Yeah, and they look really good on every episode for the. I think they could score at the end of this attack, and I think nowadays you're more surprised if they don't score on an attack.
I don't know if I'll get that far, but they always look strong when they get on the attack. Obviously, their midfield is what's most key. It feels like it starts it all off, but their midfield, they've got goals in that midfield as well.
Definitely. The one absentee that we 100% know of in this game for Italy is Leonardo Spinazzola, who's been ruled out for somewhere between 5 and 6 months with a broken Achilles tendon. So that's absolutely gutting news, but we knew pretty much straight away that he wasn't going to play in this semi-final when he went off the other day.
Yeah, like his reaction said it all. Like they didn't know it was Achilles.
Yeah,
but it's obviously a massive loss, not just defensive side of things, but he offers a lot when they attack.
Yeah, like him and
is it Di Lorenzo?
Insigne.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the wing back.
No, I was just going to talk about how most of Italy's attacks so far in the tournament have came down that left-hand side, like because of how well forward he's got.
Yeah, and again, but still with the wing backs, so they've been pretty key to everything.
Yeah, it is Di Lorenzo on the right side.
But the question will be whether Emerson Palmieri is able to offer the same thing that Spinazzola does.
From what I've seen of him at Chelsea, I don't think it is his type of play, but it is definitely something that can be interesting to see how Mancini gets him set up in this game. But other than that, I don't expect any real changes, except maybe you might see Locatelli come in, as obviously he didn't play in that game at all against Belgium. But yeah, I think everything else is going to be pretty much carbon copy, as it has been throughout this tournament so far for the Italians.
Either way, with that midfield, they're still very highly technical, not possession hungry. They can play either one of the 4 that you would say is their usual midfield. The midfield they played the most recently has been Jorginho, Verratti, Barrera.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they change it too much.
No, but like you said, really with the defence, even if you do change it, it's still going to be a very solid midfield. So
yeah, it's the strongest midfield left in the tournament.
Yeah. Now on to their opponents a bit. Spain,
the most unpredictable team in the tournament.
Yeah,
like
I think
nobody
that's fair
knows
to say.
really how they've got here. Like from the out when you don't properly look into it, but even in the games where they weren't scoring, they were still having like, an incredible amount of chances.
And I think one thing that's going to be very interesting is possession, because Italy in their games seem to have dominated possession quite heavily, and obviously Spain throughout this whole tournament have done that. So it's going to be one, how does it set up and how does it succumb in the end? Like, is it going to be Spain dominant and then Italy break them on the counter attack, or vice versa?
It's weird because it's two teams that play high intensity, high possession. It's literally just going to be a case of, okay, you've got the ball now, we're coming for you. Oh, we've lost the ball, now we're coming for you. So it should be relentless energy, which should make for an interesting watch.
On Spain, they definitely have goals conceding against them in this tournament. There has been some mistakes at the back, and it's definitely something that the Italians can thrive off if they know they can get a goal in them because of the mistakes that the Spanish have made so far in this tournament.
Yeah, and that's not even just the same centre-back pairing, that's different centre-back pairings.
Yeah, so it's going to be a very, very interesting. Early predictions for this game, what are you going to go for?
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Can't back them for the whole tournament. Guess it would be wrong to say otherwise. I think Italy will win. I think it could happen in extra time though.
Okay, I'm going to go Italy, and I'm going on penalties. I think it's going to go the whole for it.
Very interesting. And it's obviously it's two teams that haven't been very well known for good penalties.
I mean, Spain have been dreadful on their penalties. I mean, yes, they won the other day.
Yeah, they have a win, but can they count that as a win?
No, I think that's more. We're both poor at penalties. It's just one side we're poorer than the other. Right, on to the other semi-final now, and that takes place on Wednesday evening, again from Wembley Stadium, as England take on Denmark. I'll get onto England in a few minutes because we all know everything about England. Denmark, on the other hand.
Yeah, can I just say that because we're the bad guys.
Why?
Because Denmark are everyone's favourite team now.
Yeah, but until this game on Wednesday, when every English fan will hate them.
Are we the world's most hated team for one day? Well, we are anyway.
That's what I'd say. Aren't we always anyway? Yeah. Even, I know we've said it 1,000,001 times, but without Christian Eriksen, obviously, which is always sad to see, but it's good to see that he's been out and about on his feet in Denmark over these last few days. But yeah, this Denmark team really good. I mean, Mikael Damsgaard, probably their standout player. Like, he's just turned 21 the other day during their when they played the quarterfinal, and he's just been phenomenal.
During the quarterfinal, we became 21 years old.
Well, it was played in Baku, so it could have easily easily happened. But yeah, they've just been absolutely incredible. I mean, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg as well. He's put on some absolute passing masterclass so far in the tournament. And at the back, Simon Kjær, Yannick Vestergaard just looked like absolute rocks, as well as Andreas Christensen as well.
Yeah, it's been a solid team that has done a lot good in terms of their attack when they move around. None of them really stay in the same area.
Yeah, like the way that they've been set up for this tournament, manager Kasper Hjulmand has been absolutely incredible throughout the tournament, and they've been
also
joy to watch.
Suave-looking manager as well.
Yes, absolute credit to. Is it them or the Czechs that had that weird-looking assistant manager? I don't know whether you saw the photo.
The guy with the mustache in the grey suit.
Yes.
Yeah,
I couldn't think. I couldn't think if it was Denmark or Italy because obviously they played their games on the same day.
Yeah, it's Italy.
Yeah, but yeah, Denmark really, really good team, and I think some of them players, especially Mikael Damsgaard, might not be at Sampdoria for much longer after this tournament.
I don't know why in my head Damsgaard was a Brentford player. Well, I've got it confused with Norgard. I think there's another one as well.
Norsgaard. Yeah, the Brentford do seem to be good at recruiting Scandinavians. Anyway, less about Brentford. We're talking about the semi-final. On to England. Incredible tournament, yet to concede a goal, scoring 8 times, I think. No, more.
I don't know. We've scored many goals. Oh, we haven't conceded. What is this?
No, it is 8 goals because they only scored 2 in the group stage, 2 against Germany.
Either way, this feels like uncharted territory.
Yeah, it's
except for the World Cup. Except for the World Cup semi, that team was quite lucky to get there.
Really lucky. I mean, the fact that Eric Dyer was in that team.
Oh, that wasn't the thing I was going for. But this team has been quality throughout the tournament. The game plan has been spot on. Yeah, you're really looking to.
Yeah, even the changes that Southgate has made, because I don't think he's stuck with the same 11 in any of the games so far, and he's got every selection done down to a T. Like, you can't criticise. I mean, yes, I've been critical of Jadon Sancho not playing any games, but obviously he played the other day. But he's got it right. As much as you want to hate him, he's got it spot on every time.
Yeah, it feels like. I think the only time you could say he didn't was the Scotland game. Like, that was the only time it really should have been more attacking there.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't really blame England for that because Scotland were really strong at the back and very good, I thought, in that game. But yeah, it looks really good. It'd be interesting to see what team Southgate does go for in this game. Does he keep it as the same as?
I don't think it'll be that much different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if it was the same team.
Does Saka come back in if he's fit?
No, see, I don't know. I think Sancho did enough.
Yeah.
A bit. I'd always said Sancho really ahead of Saka, even if Saka does look like Saka's one of the guys you bring on.
Yeah.
Like a Grealish as your impact player.
Definitely agree. Obviously, England's standout players this tournament have been Luke Shaw, Raheem Sterling has been incredible. Harry Kane's finally getting amongst the goals. I mean, he's now scored 3 this tournament. It's going to be interesting to see if he can keep this goal-scoring run, as little as it is, going.
Yeah, and if anything, we'll be hoping that this goes back all the way to the Anglo-Saxon times, where they defeated the Vikings in glorious battle.
I genuinely thought he was going to go a complete different way. I was not expecting a Viking reference at all. I thought you were just going to say the last time.
I've been watching Vikings on Amazon Prime, so it's just in my head.
Predictions-wise, what are you going for? I know, obviously, you're going to go for England, but did they do it in the 90, extra time, or on pens?
I think England do win this in 90.
Okay. Now,
the thing is, you've backed us this knockout stages, and we've looked great.
Have I backed them in every game so far in the knockout stages?
Did you back us to beat Germany? I think you did.
Yes, because I was the only one that did. Because you didn't put on your prediction for that one, actually. So I will go with England after extra time.
Very interesting.
Yep. So I've got both games going to 120 minutes.
Yeah. Like, to get with this England-Denmark one, it's not going to be as straightforward as the Ukraine result.
No, it's going to be a lot more of a fight and an uphill battle for England compared to that game against Ukraine the other day.
There's another thing we can't ignore as well. It's the potential 60k home advantage.
Oh, I forgot that.
Both games now at Wembley, including a final.
60,000. Oh, it's going to be brilliant.
Like, extortionate UEFA prices aside, it should be a majority England home crowd.
I mean, that was always going to happen. It's the semi-finals, whether England were there or not. It was going to be absolute crazy prices. But yeah, I think 60,000 is really could make the difference. As they always say, fans are the 12th man, and it's going to be absolutely incredible to see that amount of fans in both sets of games. And
Well, I don't think the first one gets 60.
I think it might get. I don't know if it will get 60, but I think it'll get a good amount.
It gets 40 at the minimum.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be
because you've got to
many.
think that like Italy aren't going to be coming over.
No, I'm not talking about just.
And I don't think, and only people from Marbella or Mallorca or Ibiza coming from Spain.
No, I just think in general, football fans, like British fans, if they can get tickets to that game, I think you'd be quite silly not to be able to get tickets to it if you could.
Yeah, well, it's COVID, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's going to be a very interesting sight to see. Just a quick look back at our predictions from the quarterfinals. We finished with 4-for-4 record, both of us.
Oh my god!
This is the first time this tournament.
I said, what parallel universe is this? That now I'm good at predictions.
Something has definitely gone wrong this
Oh,
tournament.
what better to do, Caesar?
Come first weekend, Brad has every prediction wrong.
Nice.
You've just cursed yourself now saying that.
Spain Denmark final.
Oh God! Right, we'll be back after the semi-finals to review it, and later on in the week, Friday or Saturday, we'll have a preview for the final. That is obviously set to take place next Sunday at Wembley Stadium. Until then, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a post from us, and follow us on Twitter at for all Euros latest news and all the transfers involving the big teams. As within the next week or so, it will definitely heat up as, like we said, we come towards the end of the tournament and have a month or so before the new season starts. And until later on this week, it's goodbye from Brad and goodbye from me.
See ya.
And we'll see you soon.